Alright, y'all, what's going on? Alright, so today I'm eating Crumbl Cookie. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and subscribe. And if you aren't new, if you haven't subscribed, definitely go and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell to get notifications. The next time we post a video, leave us some comments down below. Let us know things you like to see us try, things you like to see us cook. Interact with us because we do like to hear from you. I'm going to say grace and get started. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this food that we're about to receive for nourishment of our bodies and health. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. So there are only 2 cookies on this week's menu that I wanted, which was the honey bun one and the cookie cup. And the cookie cup kind of reminded me of Pizookie. That's why I wanted it. I'm sure I've had this honey bun one. Solid. You can have some after you finish eating your food. Yep, this is definitely giving me Pizookie vibes. This week they had like combos. You could get like a pint of ice cream and the cookie cup. I love any type of well, y'all get a close up. Sorry, y'all can't really see it. I love any type of cookie cup or a deep dish cookie. Always a good time. Daniel, Tiger neighborhood. I hope that TV ain't too loud. So good. Man, there's an ice cream shortage around here. I still have plenty of that pumpkin one that I got. But as far as like vanilla ice cream, and if I'm gonna have my siblings over again, I need to make sure that I get some more of that, cause some more ice cream, cause it's just a thing. Like we always talk about. My thing is, it's like we always eat dessert, so why ain't nobody never got no ice cream? Like I need ice cream with my dessert, cause usually the desserts that we get require ice cream, like brownies. We have brownies often. Any type of pie requires me to have ice cream, okay? And certain cakes as well. I mean, these dudes don't be having no ice cream. And it's a really like real legit thing. You know, I ask them every time, just like, do y'all have ice cream? It's been a while for the Crumbl. It's been a minute, man, since I've been to the Crumbl. For me, the lineups just ain't been lining up, you know? It's only been like maybe, oh, I guess I did go and get that Christmas lineup, didn't I? I didn't get the New Year's one. Okay. I guess it has been. I mean, it ain't been that long, but it seems like it's been a minute. It's definitely been a minute since I went to see the Cookie Man. I am not going. I said I am. A previous video, it was actually this week's video, but I don't know when y'all gonna see this. So, but I'm actually not going to the Cookie Man because, in all actuality, it's only one cookie. I mean, I would love to try the Reese's peanut butter cup, but when I think about it, you don't really even want a peanut butter cookie all like that. And I think I read the description, and it's basically a chocolate chip cookie. It said it was like I think it's a vanilla cookie and it has the chocolate chips in it, and then, you know, the Reese's cup, I think it's all throughout the dough and on top. But he ain't stingy with the stuff and the stuff, okay? You know how I feel about stuff in your stuff. I feel like if I want some, if y'all say it's gonna be the stuff in the stuff, I want stuff in the stuff in every bite. And he does not shy away from the ingredients, for sure. Nice little cookie cup, that way you can warm it up, which I did. But when I got these though, for sure what's these? The honey bun ones, I seen them pull these out the oven. So the box was really hot because they was fresher than a mug, you know. Fresher as I mean, yeah. But they, you know, most of the cookies are served warm anyway. The honey bun is bomb. I just got 3 of both kinds. There was a Heath bar one, and I think it was M&M. I ain't want neither one of those. Okay, so I said I was gonna tell y'all this story in McCain's video, and I do remember, and I'm pretty excited about myself. Now, I think I told him that I was gonna tell this story, but I just hadn't told it yet. I told him I was gonna tell this story. Maybe I'm one of my friends, I'm gonna leave out their name, okay? And I'm gonna just tell y'all. So the reason why I want to tell this story is because one of bless you, a post in one of the Facebook groups I was in said, what's the brokest thing a dude has ever done around you? It was actually, they said, you know, Ninja did it. Oh yeah, so it said, you know, ninjas or whatever did in front of you. So somebody told me a story about how they back home in Cleveland. So back home in Cleveland, there's a building, it's called Tower City. It used to be like a really popping mall back in the day. It's like, yeah, so it's downtown Cleveland or whatever, and he told me about how one time he took somebody on a date to Tower City. Nothing wrong with that part, but he took them on a date. He took them to the food court, and they circled the food, or he circled the food court, got a whole bunch of samples from the places that would give out samples, and that's what they ate on the date. That was a date. I said, when I tell y'all, I was dying laughing when they told me this. Like, you have to be kidding me. And I'm just like, dude, that is the brokest stuff I ever heard in my life. Like, really? Why would you do that? I'm like, you know, I'm like, well, how did you, you know, I'm asking all these questions. Like, well, one, how was it enough for y'all to be satisfied, you know, and be full or whatever? Like, and one, you know, how did you keep going? I'm sure, so I think, you know, he kept going back up there for more, but it's just like, at what point did they not say, like, hey, you can't get no more because you done been here already? Like, I feel like, I mean, they not really giving out samples all like that. Like, they just, you know, from what I remember, you know, of course, that the Asian spots, they had the little toothpick, and, you know, they had toothpicked the meat or whatever, and and just hand you a piece of meat. Like, I'm just like, you know, what, did you take the whole sample plate of the meat? Like, what's going on? And I was just like, man, I said, that wouldn't have been no date for me. I'm sorry. And not to say that I have to go to, you have to, you know, take me to the most expensive place or anything like that, but dude, no. Okay, absolutely not. Oh, it's so funny. Listen, if that's the case, we got food at the house, or just, I don't know, cook something at the house or something like that. Like, not even opposed to cooking or helping cook or whatever. Like, I'm not even opposed to that. Like, just say that, okay? Just say it. Like, so that was funny. Then the other one was, which most people, I think people are more receptive to this next one I'm about to say, more so than the other one, but it was told to me as it was a broke move, okay? It was just like, he wasn't going. So, you know, at the end of like some sporting events, like baseball games, especially in Cleveland, they play they shoot off fireworks at the end of the game. And no, not that instead of taking the person to the game, he just like really brought them downtown to the stadium in time to watch the fireworks or whatever. And that was the date. But it was told to me because he was being cheap and not wanting to like, you know, like go to the actual game. It's just like, no, I'm about to benefit from this thing that's already happening or whatever. Dang. And somebody commented and they was like, yeah, your boy over here sitting over here throwing stuff in the on the floor, getting on my nerves and carrying on. But I was just cracking up. I was cracking up at both of those stories. And I had been meaning to tell y'all a long time ago, and I don't know if I did or not. But when the food court one had me dying laughing. So y'all tell me in the comments what's the brokest thing somebody never did, or you never witnessed somebody do, or shoot that you did yourself. I'm trying to feel like, I feel like me and that, well, it wasn't because I was broke, it's because I was lazy, really didn't feel like going to the store, but how I made that chicken pot pie, but actually it really came out really good. I feel like I said, it was just a little too salty, or it was excessively salted, and I had to be careful because I got you know, a grinder, and that salt is pure, you feel me? So I don't really need that much. I just be wanting to make sure, like, and the thing about it is I never even used to cook with salt, and my food was still very much so very flavorful, or at least not white salt. I would cook with seasoned seasoning salt. And yeah, it is not and I never used to cook with salt, and now I'm starting to cook with it more or what have you. So it's just me learning that's one seasoning that I cannot be heavy-handed with, because too much is definitely detrimental to the meal. Because I feel like I put too much in my red beans and rice too. I mean, it was still good, but I just want to make sure the flavors come out, you know what I'm saying? Because when I made my butter chicken, it was good, but I just feel like it was like, but I think I might have put too much yogurt in it and stuff. I call myself a chef, but I'm up here making these amateur mistakes, but it's okay, because I'm getting together, y'all. What else I want to tell y'all? I was watching a TikTok, in the same group, they were talking about love spells or whatever, and my apologies in advance if I offend anybody in your beliefs and things of that nature. This is just something that I saw scrolling in the group or whatever, and they were talking about voodoo and hoodoo, and this lady was just basically talking about love spells and how they really, if you don't know how to, if the people don't do it right or whatever, if the intentions behind it ain't pure, and whatever, and messing with free will, you're not gonna get what you really want out the thing. Like, it's to be some really crazy, like, crazy stuff or whatever. It just reminded me of like when you like in movies, like say it's a genie and they give you 3 wishes and stuff like that, and how specific you got to be with them wishes, because it could be interpreted one way or another. Like they literally just gonna ask the way that you asked it, but it might have been some stuff that you ain't even think about that could have, that could happen when you make certain wishes or whatever. But yeah, so this lady told this story about how she believed that what the one lady was saying was true, because she knew somebody, homegirl, who was, messing around with somebody that she knew's husband, and her homegirl tried to put a love spell on the lady's husband, and the lady's husband, I guess, was more versed in, whatever, and reversed it and stuff like that, and basically like it reversed so much so that the lady kind of like, lost her marbles basically, like in a matter of a couple days and stuff, and just never recovered from it, because I guess well, also, I guess the onset of the reversal and the effects of it kind of came on very quickly, and then she was saying she, people may not, practice or know about that whole piece of it or whatever. I don't know, but anywho, yeah, man, I'm telling y'all, it be all type of stuff in this group that I be in. They be talking about all type of stuff or whatever. And I'm not one where I just be reading and scrolling. It'd be entertainment for me, I tell you. What else have I seen? I really ain't been scrolling on the net since I've been back to work for real. I just more so been cause even now I have been binge watching The Masked Singer, which I finished season 6 last night. But I kind of sped through it because all the people that I was like really excited about or really cared about, they all had been gone by the final round and stuff. So I just sped through them. I just wanted to see who the people were. I felt bad for the skunk in season 6 because I feel like the final song that the skunk sang just really didn't. I felt that, the skunk was gonna go home in that episode, but only because like the song that the duet that she sang just didn't really bring out her vocals for real, and more so highlighted the other person that sang with her and not really her. So I was just like, yeah, they ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? And then they not really remembering the past things that you've done or whatever. It's just like that performance that you gave that night determines your fate, okay? And it wasn't a good song for her or whatever. But first of all, like just, her clues and stuff, like because I knew who she was from the first episode, and just the clues made me sad or whatever, like, yeah. Which, on another note, I'll Be Missing You, the song that, Faith Evans and Diddy made after, Notorious B.I.G. passed away or whatever. Like, that song was playing one day while I think I was Instacarting, and it played while I cry, y'all. I teared up, like, it made me really sad, but that song has always made me sad. Like, when you just think about the meaning behind it or whatever, like, and just listening to the words, like, man, it makes me sad. And I was in the store like trying to sing the song, and I'm like, your voice get a little crackly or whatever. I'm just talking y'all ear off at this point. Last story. I don't know if I told this before, but anywho, my brother apparently had a dream that my dad and my mom had ended up having another child or whatever, and my brother was talking about he was trying to figure out and trying to make it make sense in his 38 year, like the fact that he had 38 years on his youngest sibling or whatever. And recently my brother been talking about he want to get cussed out by my dad, just for old time's sake. And I'm just like, I don't know why you want to do that, because shoot, I don't want no smoke with daddy. It's been many times where people have gone, toe to toe on the family call and then got cussed out. Listen, I done got cussed out, like, if I did, like, because you just can't, you just got to say okay and move on, okay? Because daddy just ain't it, I'm just a, not a confrontational person anyway, but it still happened to be too. But anywho, so yeah, my brother talking about he want to get cussed out with my dad or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, one thing that gets you cussed out is bringing up the fact that ask him if he gonna have another kid. And I know this firsthand because I was cracking up, and it was just at this one point in time where I was just really obsessed with my dad having another kid. Like, I didn't care. I was like, look, I'll raise a kid. I just need you to have it, because I had Gavin, and he probably about 5 or something at the time. I don't know. But anywho, so I was like, yeah, Daddy, you should have another kid. And one day at work, I thought it would be funny to ask him if he could give me a sibling and put him on speakerphone and see what he say. Because I don't know what we was talking about or whatever. But yeah, I was like, oh, I'm about to ask my dad. So I called him, y'all. I could not get him off speakerphone fast enough, because when I tell y'all the curse words that start flowing out his mouth, he was just like, what up? He said, "You think that's a good idea? I'm not having no kids. Like, when I tell you he was going, and I was rolling, and my whole little section or group that was around me was cracking up because he just lit into me. It was so funny. So I told my brother, I was like, yeah, that's a surefire way to get yourself cussed out, is talk about daddy having another kid. Like, he ain't on that. So yeah, he definitely ain't like, you know, not having no kids, you know, out of wedlock, and definitely not getting married again. So yeah, so anywho, all right, but that's it. That's all. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below. Let us know things you like to see us try, things you like to see us cook. Interact with us, because we do like to hear from you. And subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell so you get notifications the next time we post a video, and we'll see you in the next one. And it's funny, my dad, like, he just, you know, he a Gemini. He a true Gemini, man. I'm telling you, he is multiple personalities. So you don't know which one you're gonna get. You just call and hope for the best. No, I'm just kidding. No. It's funny though. We all have a good time. So anyway, that's all.